Before we get into some of the mindset stuff we wanted to share today, I just wanted to call out Michael because we were talking with him about his ads today, and he's had over 668 leads generated from his system, I think, so far, and that's phenomenal. So we just want to say amazing job putting together your ads, being consistent, and also overcoming fear, because a lot of us sometimes have fear around spending on ads, and Michael has not done this. He's definitely put his money where his mouth is and where his action is. And so Michael, we just want to let you know that we're really proud of you for taking that leap of faith, for spending the money on the ads, for generating the leads, and that we know that you're just going to continue to crush it. He's already signed up clients and he's going to continue, and so we're just really proud of him for that. And so we just want to encourage everyone that we want to step beyond our fears, because that's what keeps us trapped in the past and doing the same things over and over again. I think that there's an old quote about the definition of insanity being doing the same thing over and over again and expecting that you're going to get a different result. And we want to change that mindset. We want to break down two things for you guys today. One is strategy and mindset, because we believe that together strategy and mindset is what leads to ultimate success. And there's a way for the committed, but there's always an obstacle or excuse for everybody else. Okay, so I just want to say that one more time. There's always a way for the committed, and there's always an obstacle or an excuse for everybody else. So we want to be those who are committed, right? We want to see that there is possibility and potential in everything that we put our faith and our energy towards. And we need to make a conscious decision. Who am I? Who am I as a business owner? Who am I as a father or a mother? Who am I as an individual? And what do I stand for? What do I stand for in my business? What do I stand for with my clients? And why don't we start choosing our destiny? Because a lot of times we kind of allow life to happen to us, right? But we are in control of our destiny. And so we want to encourage all of you that we're divinely created, regardless of your faith background, your religion. We believe that we are divinely created, and that because of that, society sometimes can tell us, oh, you should have such and such in your bank account. You should drive this type of car. You should live in this neighborhood. Your life should look this way. But the difference is that we have the power as humans to install and change our beliefs. And so that's what we want to do today, is reignite how we can change and install new belief patterns that ultimately lead to our success. You know, I think in the 60s, average millionaire 30 years ago was making more money in 1 to 3 years than most people could make in their entire lifetime. In 1 to 3 years, you can become a millionaire, right? So that's pretty crazy. In just 30 years, we've totally changed the trajectory of our earning potential. And so what if you don't know how to do ads? What if you don't know how to install a Facebook pixel? Who cares if you don't have enough money currently for your ad spend? Maybe you're frustrated because you don't know how to get people to schedule or to show up. It's okay. It's our what ifs. So what? So what if I can't do this? So what if I don't know how to talk to the prospect when they come in? Maybe, that fear is holding you back, and it's inconsistent action, which leads to marginal results. So we don't want to be inconsistent with our action. Let's get rid of the so what's in our mind that hold us back so that we can move forward. So we just wanted to start out by encouraging you that we can change our limiting beliefs, and that truly the only thing that is limiting our success is ourselves. And so we want to empower you that you can overcome these things. You can find a way to get rid of your bad beliefs, because that's going to lead you down a path that's going to take you a very different direction. And when it comes down to it, your beliefs have to be congruent with your goals. So we want you to take Doubting Thomas. We want you to throw him in the back seat of your car. We want you to double wrap his mouth with duct tape and say, hey, I ain't listening to you anymore. And we want you to dream again. So we want to encourage you today to reevaluate, what are your goals for this month? What are your goals for this quarter? Not how many clients do I have to pay the bills, not how many clients do I have to enroll in order to sleep at night. No, we want you to think big. We want you to say, what is my ultimate goal for this month? And then we want you to go reach it. And maybe it's 15 new signups. Maybe it's 20 new signups. We want to encourage you to push past.
Maybe it's 50 or 100.
Yeah, maybe it's 50 or 100. Because if we consistently take inconsistent action, we're just going to get marginal results. And how would it be different if you had 30,000 sitting in your bank account right now? How would you dream bigger if you had $100,000 sitting in your bank account? We want you to internalize right now that you have that money, whatever that amount is, in your heart, and we want you to dream on that. Because money isn't a bad thing. It's a reflection of the number of people that we've served. And we're all here to serve more people, right? We want to increase our impact on this planet. And so we want to encourage you today to reevaluate. It's the beginning of February. We're just at the beginning of the month. We've got 24 plus days to crush it. And so we want to encourage you that you can't solve a problem with the same type of thinking that created that problem, right? So we want to start adjusting our mindset to solve our problems from faith that's fueled by our dreams. And we want you to stand as the CEO of your dreams, to show up. Like, how does a CEO show up to a meeting versus an employee? They're proactive, they strategize, they're creative, they're forward thinking. They're not worried about the P&L as much as they are as the future profit, right? And so,
profit and loss, right?
Yeah, profit and loss. So an employee waits for other people to show up, right? They trade their time for payment. That's not what we're here to do. So we want to encourage you to show up as the CEO of your dreams and to change how you're thinking around your goals and your beliefs. And we want you to be intentional in the creation of your energy, because the energy that you're putting out is attracting a frequency back to you. And if you're doing 100K a month, what kind of beliefs would you have? What kind of beliefs would you have to choose? We want you to start creating that energy and that belief system of someone who's already making 100K today. Because the power G of energy and the power of our beliefs go hand in hand together. And Remy and I actually, one of our mentors, he tells us that every time you're bitching, whining, or complaining, or pointing out the obvious, it's a minute that you're cheating your own dream. So we just want to let that settle in for a moment. And we want to encourage you that you can choose to have a different frequency with where you put your energy, where you put your focus, where you put your encouragement, how you view your business and how you view your marketing system, how you view the sales process that you're learning. And so how do we implement different energy? Or how do we bring like a different frequency into our life? How do we leave scarcity? The place where we're just scared all the time and like move into living in Dream Villa land. Because that's really what we want for everyone. We want you guys to live in Dream Villa land. And so real quick, I just wanted to give you like 3 quick call outs for how we can do this. So one, we want you to pick your goal for the month, to know what you really want, and we want you to write it out. And we don't want it coming from a place of being scared, of just paying the bills. Maybe your bottom line to just stop the bleeding right now is you have to have 4 new clients this month. We don't want you to think about the bleeding. We don't want you to think about the needs, the must-haves. We want you to really dream what would be a great goal that would push you past your fears. And then 2, we want you to emotionalize it. What do I mean by that? We want you to feel this goal. So how is it going to feel once you enroll so many new members into your program, or when you see the new faces of the people who have come into your gym and their lives are changed? Or maybe it's that husband that ends up coming with his wife 2 weeks later into February and says, "You changed our marriage. Like, I've never seen my wife so confident before." Or she comes home with a smile on her face now. She's happy. We want you to emotionalize your goal. Condition the pathway in your brain. Feel the dream. It's funny, scientists say that our brains can't actually tell the difference between reality and what we visualize. So the power of our mind is clearly insane, right? It's so strong. And so we want you to emotionalize condition. Visualizing is cool, but emotionalizing, it makes you feel your dream. And so that's what we want you to do. And then we want you to reconnect with that. Okay, redeclare it. How do you connect with it? You speak it out. We want you to walk around your house, walk around your gym, talk and speak with power, because the words that are coming out of your mouth are going to create faith to move that energy forward, to bring it into reality. And so we can get our mind, our body, and all of our energy focused in a consistent pattern with that dream. Any thoughts, comments?
Call's over, let's go.
So speaking about goals, now I'll be the logical guy now. Let's speak about goals and math, right? Because actually it's all about math. So I'm just going to share my screen with you guys. So we're just going to make a few assumptions, and then we're going to actually build our own goals, okay? So we're going to consider a cost per lead. We're going to consider a scheduling rate. We're going to consider a show-up rate, and we're going to consider an enrollment rate, right? So some of you guys generate leads for $1-2. Let's be conservative. Let's say that we are generating leads for $5, okay? Some of you guys have 70, 75, 80% scheduling rate. Let's be conservative. Let's consider a 50% scheduling rate. Some of you guys have a 70, 80% show-up rate. Same, let's be conservative. Let's consider a 50% show-up rate. And some of you guys have 70, 80, even 85% closing rate, enrollment rate. Let's be conservative and let's consider 50%. So now let's work on our goals, right? So we want to know actually how many leads we need to reach our goal. So how much in ad spend do we need to spend, right? So we're going to have our leads. We're going to have our appointments. We're going to have our shows, and we're going to have our new clients. Now let's consider that we want 30 new clients this month, right? One a day, let's say, 30. How many shows do we need to get 30 clients if we have a 50% enrollment rate? So here the maths are simple, but I'm just going to use a formula here so that then we can play with the numbers, okay? So here to do the math, it's 50 divided by 50%, right? Oops. So here the maths are simple. No, I have a mistake here. 50 divided by 50%. Oh, what is a 50? 30. It's this divided by this, right? So if we want 30 clients with a 50% enrollment rate, well, we need 60 shows, right? Now, same, if we have 60 shows, how many appointments do we need? Well, we need this divided by the show-up rate. So same here, the maths are simple. It means that we need 120 appointments, right? And then if we have a 50% scheduling rate, it means that we need this divided by our scheduling rate. It means that we would need 240 leads to get our 30 new clients this month. But now let's consider that actually our enrollment rate is at 85. Well, we need much less. Right? Let's consider that our show-up rate is at 70. We need much less again. And let's consider that our scheduling rate is at 70. Now we only need 72 leads, right? So it's very, very important to optimize all those scheduling rates, show-up rate, and enrollment rate, because then we really don't waste our leads. We just convert them, right? So it's all about the tiny little details. It's all about building trust, building rapport, building intimacy, building a relationship with your prospect. Now let's calculate how much we need to spend, right? So we said that, so here I'm just going to type ad spend. So it's the number of leads, equals the number of leads times the cost per lead. So in this scenario, we only need to spend $360 on ads to get our 30 clients, right? But some of you guys are generating leads for $1. Well, we only spend $72, right? So go through the modules again and again and again. Come to those group coaching calls. We are here to help you improve all those conversion rates, right? It's possible to have a 70% scheduling rate, a 70% show-up rate, and an 85% enrollment rate. I think this is what Chris Smith has. Chris was spending $8 to acquire a new client. To spend $8 to make 500, it's amazing, right? So,
Chris, do you want to share around a little bit about your process for encouraging people to show up and how you and your team kind of attack the scheduling, the show up, and the enrollment process?
Yeah, so so like everybody can get to this point. So I'm going to start with, it's very rare for someone just to turn it on and to hit this. Okay, so let's go back to the 50. Right, that's a good thing. 350, and then let's say 30 clients, upfront cash times.
Let's go back to 50% everywhere, and let's go back to a more conservative cost per lead. Right?
So what is that? Right, you get 30 clients, and let's say their upfront cash is. I want everybody to see this so they understand it and feel good about it too, because no matter where you're at, so let's say you have 30 clients, you spent $1,200. To get 30 clients, okay? Those 30 clients, let's say realistically 20 of them signed up front for a $500 program, and the other 10 went ahead and just committed to a year-long membership with you at $150 a month. So upfront cash.
20. So you
right.
said 20, Chris?
Yeah, let's say 20 of them went ahead and did 500. They signed up. We're talking just upfront cash right now, not the total value of the client, but let's just upfront what we know we've got. So let's say at 500, that's $10,000, and then the other 10 signed up for just their first month, $1,500. So $11,500.
Yeah.
Essentially.
You do the math.
Okay. So I'll spend $1,200 if that's what the ad spend really is right there. I thought it was 300 and something.
Well, we changed the cost per lead amount.
Okay. So let's say it's $1,200, right? So that's collective. That's over the course of a month, right? You're signing those up. So your first 3 clients at $1,500 in the entire month covers that and then some. As a matter of fact, just the 10 who signed up for a year-long membership covered that. So while you're right here at 50%, 50%, 50%, as you're sitting in that area, all that has to happen is you have to develop the skills. And that's what we're talking about here. And that's what the coaching's for. That's what the group is for. That's what the team is for. This environment, this culture is for you to gain the skills that you need to get to up your efficiency. Okay, so it's just like you guys are all coaches, you're trainers, right? When someone first starts off, they can't do a pull-up, but what do you tell them? hey, you need to do this, 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 and this, and eventually, hey, you're going to have a pull-up. You got to slow down to speed up, work on this, that'll happen, right? They do not possess the skills, but you're looking at them going, dude, they can totally do a pull-up. They just don't have it together yet. Same thing. I mean, someone who can't do a muscle-up yet. Someone who can't do a muscle-up, you're looking at them going, dude, they got the power, they've got the energy, they just need to put it together. They're not putting it together. You know it as a coach that they can do it, so they have to develop the skills and sometimes the strength. And that's all that happens here is you develop skills. If you start off right now and you're even at 30% across the board, you can develop the skill set to raise those numbers. So wherever you're at right now is okay. See where you're at, get coached, get better, keep improving. Okay. It's all about attitude, right? A positive mindset at all times. That's what you would tell your client when they get frustrated, that they had an 8-minute Fran, when they can't do it, when they can't do a squat snatch the right way, and they can't get off the training bar. You're going to tell them positive mindset because you know that they're going to get there. So now you're in that boat. You're going to develop the skill set, and eventually it's going to click, even if it doesn't right now. So our crew, who we have, Dustin, Marshall, and myself, we all sort of kind of came to the table with the skill set already in place. So I think it's important for you guys to know that because of what we do professionally. Otherwise, there was a skill set in place where we were able to take this and get very, very efficient with it. As a matter of fact, our appointments, and I don't necessarily recommend this unless you've got a lot of confidence and not misplaced confidence either, but our appointments are 15 to 30 minutes long. So we could walk into the gym, and between the 4 o'clock class and the 6 o'clock class, we could knock out 6, 7, 8 appointments in an evening and go home. Real quick, real easy, and close a high percentage of them right there on the spot. And so we've got a really good efficiency. What we did was we took and preset it, and we set expectations and also pulled the fear away of having to work out. And for us, that actually helped. Whenever they didn't feel like they had to work out, we upped that for us. And this isn't the same everywhere. It increased the show up rate a little bit because they were like, oh, we just took that away from them. We're like, hey, you don't have to work out. Come in street clothes. This is going to be an interview. It's going to be heart to heart. And I use this term all the time. I'd be like, I'm going to get full Jillian Michaels on you. I use that term because people know what the hell Jillian Michaels means. And they're like, I need that. That's what I need I need a Jillian Michaels. So I use Jillian Michaels' name all the time. Just a little bitty thing that makes a big difference. I'm like, I'm going to get Jillian Michaels on you, and I'm going to interview you because you may or may not be a fit. And we're going to find that out whenever you get here. But we're going to have a heart-to-heart, and I want you to start thinking about why you would be here, why you would do this, why you would put yourself through 6 weeks, and what kind of changes you really want to make, okay? And it doesn't need to be, well, I just need to lose this beer gut. That isn't going to cut it. We got to go deeper than that. So, hey, I'm looking forward to meeting you. Can't wait till you get here, but I want you to be thinking about your purpose, about your kids, about whatever it is that's going to actually drive you to start this and finish it. Because whenever we sign a client up, we need that commitment from them that you're going to be here, you're going to show up, and in 6 weeks, you're still going to be showing up. And if you can't really bring that to the table, you're not really ready to change yet. I say that to them before they ever get there. And so that sets everything up so that when they show up, they're basically already ready to sign up. And it starts with that video. If you're not sending that video message telling them that you're looking forward to meeting them, you can't wait to see them, you're excited to hear their heart, excited to hear why they even clicked on this thing, then you're not emphasizing it. That little bit right there will make the world a difference. Do not skim past that. So that's sort of our program. We rock and roll it. But I didn't want to say, hey, look at ours, and we develop the skills to do that, and we continue to hone those and get better, and we're always looking for ways to improve. Little bitty things we can tweak, we collaborate, we give feedback to one another. So if you and your coaches are doing this, give that feedback. If it's just you doing this right now, give feedback here on the call. Don't be afraid to speak up. That's what this whole thing is about. Talk to Steph, talk to Remy, talk to me, talk to one another. Hey, what are you doing? How's that working? Hey, I heard you say that on the call. Call one another. Hop on the group. We have the group. Hey, man, do you mind if I call you and pick your brain for a minute? We are a team, and we're a team of gym owners who all want to win, okay? So I'll stop for now and move on. And crazy thing on mindset stuff in a minute when I get a moment, we didn't elaborate, but some of the things you talked about just now, it was like we were like totally on the same wavelength. Pretty cool.
Chris just dropped a bomb that I'd actually really love him to repeat it. So he's talking about the video messages that we send to our prospects prior to them showing up for their first one-on-one consultation. I'd like for you to kind of just reiterate one more time what you say on that message. You said, hey, I'd like you to think about your family, what you're looking to achieve. Can you kind of just drop that one more time, because it was so good?
Yeah, so it's very often it's straight from the heart, because people don't care how much you know till they know how much you care. At that point, you're not selling. You're just being you. You are being who you say you are. You are being your product, and you are a coach, you are a trainer, and you have a place where they can change their life. So be that from day one. From the first time they see you and sense you and feel you, is they just responded to an ad. So you got to change it from an ad to personal as quick as possible. You've got to make that transition to where it goes from them going, yeah, I typed on this thing, to, oh my gosh, these people are really cool. This is different. They don't get that anywhere else in their life. They probably go home and probably don't even have anybody concerned about them, really. I mean, people don't get that kind of love and attention. So I hit them, boom, phone, and it's real life going on. I usually make it a point to do it at home or in the gym with my kids playing after a class. I'm like, hey, this is Coach Chris. I got your information. I'm so excited to meet you. I'm so excited to finally get you in here. I can't wait for our interview. But while we're here, in between now and when you get here, I need you to do one thing. I need you to start thinking about your purpose. Why did you click on this ad? Why are you coming? What's going to make you start this and finish it? Because that's who I'm looking for. And we're going to get totally Jillian Michaels, so be prepared for it when you get here. If you don't want to work out, you don't have to work out. And then on a systematic standpoint, when they come in, we use the workout as a transition. When they say, yes, I'm ready to go, we go, great, day one for you. I want you to come tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Does that time work? Or 6 o'clock? Just now I'm plugging them into a class, and I'm letting a coach know, hey, you're going to have 3 people on the 6 o'clock coming in to do baseline tomorrow. And I ask them to show up early. The coach knows, and we set that system up. That's how we do it. Versus doing an hour-long consultation, we get down to the nitty-gritty. We preset it. We spend 15 to 30 minutes with them right then and there. And then whenever they sign up, or even at that point, I can use that as a, hey, if you're not sure, why don't you come in tomorrow for a free workout and really get your feet wet and see the group, experience this thing, and then make a decision. I only want you to do this if you really want to be here. So why don't you come in and try that out? Because what you're going to find out is it's just awesome, and you're going to love it. And they're like, okay.
Get to know them over the phone before they show up. Ask them some questions already. This is what's going to make them schedule. This is what's going to make them show up. And then when they do show up, actually you can shorten the length of your consultation to half an hour, 15 minutes, because then you just go straight to the truth, straight to the main points. Hey, and then it's a consultation meeting. Do you want to change your life?
They clicked on your ad, so they've invited you to submerge them in your culture right now. So that's the mindset you have to have. Hey, they clicked on my ad. They want to come see me. They're asking for me, so I'm just going to be me. And what you are, what your culture is, what your gym is, it's up to you immediately to submerge them in that. And that's, hey, there's no BS. We're not playing around. We're here to help you. We love you. We care about you, and your life's going to change. Here's what's going to happen. And you want to talk in those terms all the time. Hey, well, when you get started here, what you're going to find is that you love it. You look forward to it. It's the best part of your day. And that's why you stick and stay. Okay. And this isn't just some fitness program. What you're going to find is that you look forward to this, because it doesn't matter how great the fitness philosophy is. If you don't enjoy it, you're not going to show up. So one of the reasons this works is because people want to be here. And you're going to find that you love being here just because of the people and the environment. And so I can't wait to have you in here for our interview. You're going to fall in love with it. And I'm planting seeds the whole way through.
He's preconditioning them. And I think what you said about right up front, asking them, what is your purpose in coming? People don't get asked that very often anymore. And when this question comes to mind, it hits your heartstrings pretty hard. What's your purpose in coming in? So I love that segue of just putting it straight to them. Like Chris said, they're coming to you and they're inviting you to get in their face and to be real with them, because they need your help. You have to see yourself as the authority.
Yeah. And I'm forcing them to qualify themselves for our environment. What I'm doing, I'm saying, here's the environment. Now, why did you click on it? Why do you want to be here? You don't want to come across as needy ever. Yes, you want clients, but what happens?
Yes.
that environment, whenever you baptize them in it, essentially right away with love, care, and just being straight up with what's going to happen when they get in here, that makes them go, oh wow. It serves as a mirror for them. Whereas if you're a foggy thing, they're going to be like, I don't know, I'm just not sure, and because it's a foggy reflection, you be a direct, clean reflection of what you are, and let them look in that and decide if they want to go with it.
Yes.
So we want to act as if we already have $1 million in the bank account. We don't want to be needy because it's gonna show, and then it's actually pushing them away, right? Even if you are having, some issues, with your finances, let's consider that this is not happening, and we don't want to play hard to get. We want to be hard to get, because it is true. We do not invite everybody into our community, into our business, right? You want to only work with your best clients. Only. So we are not needy. We are actually filtering them, right? And actually, the magic here is that when we do that, it's actually attractive. It's like dating, right? When you play hard to get, then you're becoming attractive because you're not needy.
And when you're like some of my friends who are like, oh man, baby, I'm right here, I'm available all the time, you never end up married. I've got friends like it. Cody knows one of them.
So just a quick question then on that, because you're qualifying people, you want to accept the people that are willing to come into your system, willing to accept your terms. So with Michael's 600 some odd leads, is there a roundabout percentage of those that you will reject based on your qualifications?
Yeah, I would say at least 20-30% that you would not invite. You would say, I'm sorry, but I don't think that you're a fit.
That's fairly accurate. Yeah.
20-30%. And that's what we do actually with Max Out Your Gym. We don't invite everybody. We don't invite everybody. Some gym owners, they are looking for a magic pill. Well, that's not what we do. If you're not coachable, well, we do not invite gym owners that are not coachable. Because we don't do a magic pill here. It's more of a personal growth program, so you have to be coachable. And it's the same for your clients.
The consultation is just as much you interviewing them to see if you want them in your gym.
Yeah.
Because remember, your community thrives off of the individuals that are inside of it, right? The lifestyle, the joy, the tenacity, the challenge, their spirit and their energy and their vibe, that affects every other member inside of your facility. So you have to protect that core. And so you're interviewing them just as much as they're interviewing you. And they have to convince you that they're a good fit for the program. But if you're coming from a place of lack, if you're sitting there in scarcity and you're like, hey, I got to make the bills this month, that's going to come across.
Yeah. So here I just try to simulate what Michael is doing, Michael Glover. It's not exact, right? It's actually 51 clients and 668 leads. But it's similar, right? I think that Michael is having a cost per lead at 9, a screen rate at 40, a short rate at 40, and an enrollment rate at 45. So if he got 51 clients, well, that's the number of shows that he needed, that's the number of appointments that he needed, that's the number of leads that he needed. That's the money spent. But also, even if it's not that good, the conversion rates are not that good.
He's working on improving.
Yeah, we're working on it.
It's just
right?
the beginning, right?
He still made 25K. He spent 6K, but he made 25, right? So let's say that now, we work on the videos, and instead of having a cost per lead at 9, you send us your videos, Steph and I, we look at it, we provide feedback, and now it becomes 6. Now we are only spending 4K on this, right? Let's say that now you are sending videos like we were speaking about with Chris, and now your steering rate is at 60. Now we're only spending 2,700 and we have to only generate 462 leads. Show up rate, I think that, Michael was not using the SMS chatbot to remind people about their scheduled appointment, but let's say that now we set him up with it. Well, that's at least a 10% conversion rate improvement. Now we can go up to 50. Okay, so now we only need 370 leads. And now, let's say that you send us your recording, right? And we provide feedback. And now we bump it to 55%. There we go. Now we only need 300 leads and we only need to spend 1.8K instead of 6.5. Right? So it's really about tweaking your system, right? The system works like crazy, but we have to follow it to a T.
And I think we also have to be willing to mess up and to not be perfect, right? Because all of us here on this call are probably very high achievers. We're entrepreneurs, we're driven, we're pioneers. And so we have to be okay with not being perfect, because people are going to engage with us, they're going to relate with us because we are human too. So we want to be comfortable in our humanity, and we want to encourage you guys with that.